Good to go now. A little off-season technical difficulties. We had to get the stream back up and running on KnicksFanTV, but we are back. The number one show for the fans, by the fans. CP from KnicksFanTV. My man Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show.
Do it again.
We're doing it again, Jay Ellis. We're doing it live, man. That's what happens when you take so much time off and you gotta get back. You gotta get back into the flow of things, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, all right, so we're back, and on today's episode, we are going to break down the 2019-2020 schedule. It has been released, so let's get right into it, JL. First and foremost, October 23rd at the Spurs, starting the season off on the road with two tough games. October 23rd at the Spurs,
Yeesh.
then the Battle of New York, Game 1 in hostile territory, aka partially a home game against the Nets.
I want that one, damn it.
We want
That's
that one.
The one I want.
We want that one. We gotta set a proper tone, man. No doubt about it. We gotta set a proper
come out
tone.
punch in the mouth, make them want KD to come back fast.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We gotta set a tone for that. Let's see what else we got here. The home opener, October 26th.
Yeah.
Let's go against the Boston Celtics. Enes Kanter returns to the Garden. He won't be kissing the Garden floor, unless it's by the hands of Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is gonna send that shot.
Or Julius Randle. That's the only way he's kissing the floor, Jay Ellis.
Mitch is gonna get 2010.
You know what I mean?
2010 and 5 blocks.
Facts. 10-26 against the Celtics. Once again, we are going to have the largest suite in Madison Square Garden. 100 Knicks fans, food, drinks, chance to meet Knicks alumni, more giveaways, and some other perks. Make sure you guys join us at the home opener. It's going to be a fantastic event, man.
That's a fact, and link in the description if you want to buy tickets to the home opener.
Links in the description.
On YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, link in the description. If you're not watching on YouTube, man, get to my YouTube. What you doing?
Right. All right, this is the one they've been waiting on, Jay Ellis. The Porzingis game, 1 week apart. The Knicks go to Dallas. The Knicks go to Dallas on November 8th.
Boo!
And then we can't call him that no more. Kristaps, Porzingis, Luka Doncic and company come to the Garden November 14th. Will he be booed? Will he be cheered?
Boo! I'm booing. I'm booing. I'm going to lead the boo, CP. And the 11th is my birthday. All I want for my birthday is KP to get dunked on by Mitch or Julius Randle.
One or the other.
One or the other.
One or the other, man.
Or blocked.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Hell
Absolutely. Yeah. How about the Zion game? That's another one people are looking forward to. January 10th, Knicks at home, hosting the Pelicans, hosting Zion. And then March 27th in New Orleans.
Yeah, man. Okay. Brother versus brother. That's one to watch.
Brother versus brother. Now, we got two West Coast trips. Last year, it seemed like the biggest one was like one trip in like 7 games. This year, it's 2 separate trips spanning 4 games. This is the longest road trip. At Portland, December 10th. At Golden State on the back-to-back, December 11th.
Back-to-back.
2 tough ones. At Sacramento, a rising power on the 13th, and at Denver on December 15th.
Yo, the West is always a damn bloodbath.
West is a bloodbath, man. West is a bloodbath. January, we have the West Coast trip. We're in Phoenix, January 3rd.
Okay.
At the Clippers, January 5th. At the Lakers, January 7th. And at Utah, January 8th. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah,
tough one, man. Couple holiday ones in between. We have the New Year's Day game. New Year's Day. The Knicks will be playing, give me a second here. Portland, home against the Blazers, New Year's Day.
Oh, boy.
And then the MLK game. We thought we were going to be left out of the MLK game, but we weren't. We will be in Cleveland playing the Cavaliers.
We better win that game.
Gotta win that. Gotta win that one, man. Gotta win that one. Here's the one that I found to be tricky, Jay Ellis. This one to me was This is what I call the Equalizer. Every time we get into the schedule, you look at it, you say, okay, yeah, we got a couple of winnable games, a couple real tough ones, and a couple maybes. There's always a time, it seems like it's always like December, January, where it's like, all right, you know which direction this team is going in. Like, you know what I'm saying? The playoffs or even dreaming for the playoffs is not even within the realm of possibility.
They usually give us the West Coast swing in January. That's when they usually try to like kill our hopes.
Yeah, the West Coast trip is usually it. But for this one, it starts on November 20th. From November 20th to January, I believe the 9th, we play 18 playoff teams out of the 24 games, bro. Check the schedule. At Philly, home against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Home against the Nets.
Yeesh.
At Toronto. Back home against Philly. Home against the Celtics. Back-to-back in Milwaukee. Home against the Nuggets. Home against the Pacers. We'll see what Oladipo does. In Portland, in Golden State, in Sacramento, in Denver. Home against the Hawks. Winnable game December 17th. In Miami. See what happens. And then again, home against the Bucks. Wizards game is the winnable one. At Brooklyn, December 26th.
Treacherous.
At the Wizards again, another winnable one. New Year's Day, you got the Portland Trail Blazers. Then you have January 3rd at Phoenix. January 5th at the Clippers. 7th at the Lakers. 8th at the Jazz. Then home against Zion. It's tough, man. That's a tough one, boy.
It's a tough schedule, man. I mean, Pelicans today, young squad too. Maybe you can run up and down with them. You don't know.
Yeah, that's what you hope for, man.
Yeah, man. We got Randall. Randall, right? They were saying, it was Enes Kanter saying that Zion was nothing but Randall.
Yeah.
So there you go. We got more Paulus Zion on our team.
That is the that's gonna be the equalizer right there, JL. That's gonna let us know where we are, man, because 18 playoff teams in 24 games.
Yeesh.
Ouch.
I mean, we just gotta squeak a few out, man. Get that. Hit up the Nets real quick. 1-2. KD ain't playing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Right.
Capital. You don't know what he's gonna do with Jimmy there. I mean, that could be good too, but you know.
Yeah.
We got a gel. Hopefully, we catch our stride and we surprise some of these teams during that stretch, man. I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. Let's go through a couple more things. This is from Garden PR. Let me just make my screen a little bit bigger here. Salute to everybody in the chat watching, wherever you guys are at. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit that subscribe button. What else did I miss? All-Star Weekend, usual, February 14th to the 16th. We have 5 straight consecutive home games. That's the most. That's from February 29th to March 8th. And then the two West Coast road trips, we do that twice.
Apparently, we have the 12th easiest schedule in the league.
It depends on what you call easy. We're a 17-win team coming off last year, man. There's no easy schedule, man.
I'm just reading off what Twitter said. All right.
Ain't no easy schedule, J. Ellis.
Twitter said we had the 12th easiest schedule, so I'm gonna keep that in my head and hope and be optimistic that we actually pull out some wins this season. Go over the Vegas trend of what was the trend that they said we're gonna win? 27 games?
I believe it was 27 and a half, 26 and a half.
Yeah. I'm going for 30.
I'll go 30.
Let's go 30.
I'll go 30, man. I'll go 30. And again, the national TV games are the 14th against the Mavs, 12/26 at Brooklyn, and then January 10th against the Pelicans. So those are your national TV games.
Okay.
All right.
Those are worthy games. I would like to see the Knicks beat up on Dallas. That would be the game. And I don't even think will KP even be really healthy is the other question too. You don't know what status he's going to be.
It's true.
That's a winnable game to me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Oh, boy.
I'm gonna say all the national TV games winnable games.
You hope so, right?
I'm gonna say that.
You hope so, man. But yeah, once again, salute to everybody. Salute to Knicks Nation out there, everybody watching. This is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. CP from KnicksFanTV. My man Jay Ells from the Nick of Time show. We just broke down some of the Knicks schedule. What you guys think about it? Call us up, 657-383-1509. The phone lines are up. Let me salute to some people who's watching on KnicksFanTV, man. It's been a while since I've been live on this channel.
Yeah, man, welcome back.
Had to deal with a little, YouTube incarceration, but I'm out. I'm free.
Yeah, Akon.
It took some diplomatic overtures to some overseas entities, but we got it done, man.
Yeah.
We got it done. So what's going on, Ari? What's going on, Ayo Pal? Gary singing here, BKB, Henry. What's going on? Frank White Robinson, Brian Bazin. What's going on? Brian's tight that we only got 3 national TV games, man.
I don't mind it that much, man.
Yeah.
I mean, get on MSG. Let us lick our wounds, figure things out of the national spotlight. And then, once we get our loins back, then next season we come back, we'll have some more national games.
Yeah, I mean, last season, we had a lot of national TV games last season.
Yeah.
We had quite a bit. I don't know, what was it, like 13 maybe?
Yeah, we had quite a bit.
I don't know why I have 13 in my head. It might have been 13, man.
Felt like it.
Yeah. So, listen, they're going to make us earn the respect, and we will do just that. Mm-hmm. We will do just that, man.
I mean, what can you expect for a team who won 17 wins last
year? Yeah, that's it. What can you expect? Let's see some more from the chat. Jason Butler, free CP. Yeah, man. It took me a little bit, but I got free. It was about a little month and a half of pain, but we figured it out. Will Aronson checking in from Jacksonville. What's going on, Will? Simmons says 42 to 45 games, JLs. What? That's quite ambitious, man.
Oh, 42, 40. Oh, this season?
Yeah.
All right. I see you. I like the optimism, man.
Yeah. Quite ambitious, man. What do you guys think in the chat, man, in terms of the wins? What do you guys think in the chat? What'd you say? You said 30 wins, JLs, right?
Yeah, I said 30. Shout out to Craig. Craig says 35 for sure. Shout out to Will from LI. Mm-hmm. Ricky King says 30 wins max.
I'm going 30. I said 29. I'll give him 1. Just because, you know what I mean? Once the schedule got released, and I got a little anxious that we're getting closer to opening day.
Yeah, Jada one was like, it's light work, man. It's like
light work.
Yeah, the schedule of light work. That's what he said, man. That's the warm up, dog. That's not even a heavy thing. That's the warm up.
Nah, these are tough, man. I'm telling you that November to January 9th, that is one hell of a schedule, boy. One hell of a schedule, JLs. I mean,
if you had to pick a couple of wins from that schedule, what would it be?
From that stretch?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. From that stretch, which I think is going to be the make or break of the season. Season starts October 23rd, right? Mm-hmm. See, you got a couple ones just starting off, man. You got to start off hot, but I mean, when you coming in at San Antonio and then at the Nets, Boston, the Chicago game, got to win that at home. Got to win that game.
Got to win the Chicago game for sure.
You're hoping to get through those 4 days, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 2-2. Right? At San Antonio, at Brooklyn, you got to beat Boston. We got to galvanize the troops. We'll be there. The Garden will be loud. We'll make sure. We'll see to it.
I'm hoping the Nets are new and fumbly, and they don't know what to do, like we don't know what to do, and then we get that one on the Nets.
Yeah.
You can say the same thing about the Celtics and the Bulls. So we're gonna start off 3-4. Boom. Surprise people.
Okay. Got to beat the Bulls.
It's my J optimistic.
Yeah. That Magic game in Orlando, it's a winnable game. Got to win that game, or try to. Got to try.
We got to try to win that game. We definitely do. Magic always seem to give us some damn trouble.
They always give us trouble, man. Sometimes we just don't match up well with them.
Yeah, man. Magic gives us trouble.
Yeah. At Boston again, Friday, November 1st.
Yeah.
Home against the Kings Sunday.
Kings gives DSJ trouble.
Yeah. De'Aaron Fox coming in there looking to capitalize on a great sophomore year.
Yeah.
Great sophomore year.
That's going to be a tough one with the Kings. The Pistons always seem to whoop our ass.
Pistons at Detroit. Then you got the Porzingis game.
Man. Lefty Melo's going to be on the Pistons.
Yeah. But then, after that, you got the Dallas game. It's still a winnable game.
That's a winnable game.
In Cleveland, November 10th, that's a winnable game. Yeah. The Bulls, November 12th, winnable game. Home versus Dallas. I mean, if we don't get up for that, what are we getting up for?
Let's get on that streak.
That's a nice little streak right there. That's a good show for us. That's a good show for us, JL.
That's a good show.
That's a good show.
That's a break the internet YouTube show.
Yeah, that's a good stretch for us.
Hell yeah.
Right? And then after that Dallas game, you got Charlotte, Saturday, November 16th. Then you got Cleveland again.
Oh, that's a dub. Oh, come on. Come on, CP.
So, I mean, all right. We can feel good about ourselves.
We can do some damage in this little stretch.
We can feel good about ourselves. And then it gets real.
Until we hit 76ers and then
then it gets real. Philly, San Antonio, home Brooklyn, in Toronto, home against Philly November 29th, home against Boston December 1st, away against Milwaukee December 2nd. That right there is 6 straight playoff teams. 7 straight.
I feel you. There's some tough ones in there, but I'm not giving Celtics and Nets the win automatically. That's gonna be
No. Yeah, I mean the division games. You always play division tough, with the exception of the Sixers, who were not in their class. Toronto, we should be able to, no Kawhi Leonard factor.
I don't know. Toronto beat us without Leonard.
Yeah. Let's see. Tough ones, man. Somebody in the chat said we're not confident. I mean, listen, this is all on paper, man. And we won 17 games last year.
You're right. Ayo Powell. I don't know how to say your name. We did beat the Spurs last season.
We did beat the Spurs last season. Yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible. We're just speculating based on winning 17 games last year.
Yeah.
Based on what we did and based on what these teams did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's 7 straight against playoff teams. And then you got Denver. Home against the Pacers.
Facts.
And then Portland, Golden State, December 11th. At the Kings, the 13th. At Denver, I mean, it's crazy, man.
If Moutier is still here, he might be able to beat the Bucks.
Yeah. If we have Moutier, if we bring Moutier and Vonleh back.
Yeah. If you have Moutier and Vonleh, then maybe the Bucks. But I don't know. Brooklyn
Charlie in your chat says 43 wins. Not out of the question.
Wow, Brooklyn Charlie.
Brooklyn Charlie.
I admire your optimism, man.
Yeah.
I wish I was there with you.
Facts.
I wish I was there with you, but if we win 43 wins, I'll be ecstatic. That's for damn.
I'll be thrilled. Let's go to the phones and see what Will has to say about this. Will, what's going on, man?
What's going on, y'all?
How you feeling, bro?
How y'all doing?
All right.
Good, man.
Doing good. Listen, man. This schedule right here, y'all know me and my charts, so I already started drawing one up. I was looking at it. I'm just like, God damn, man. This ain't left out, man. This is going to be a hard season.
Yeah.
Some of these back-to-back, not that much back-to-backs, but these games that are paired up against these teams, I started putting them to tiers. Certain teams that I think that, we think that we might beat, but we might also not. Like, I'm thinking about Sacramento. The Magic made it, so you can't really count them out. The Pistons trying to do something. There's just certain teams, there's just certain games that I want a moral victory. I want the season over. Number one, because I'm going to be there with y'all, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be real tight if we lose, all right? That's the first one. But, yeah, I want that Brooklyn one.
Got it.
Yeah.
And the Mavericks, of course. But ultimately, this is what I'm getting at. Looking at this schedule, what do y'all think? Do you guys prefer that we prioritize winning, meaning like, okay, Knox ain't doing too good. All right, let me put in Morris, or or maybe Mitch is not doing something. Let me put in Tom Gibson. Like, what are we aiming for? Do we care about the wins, or are we still prioritizing development? Because I feel like this is going to come up, and this is going to be a conversation we're going to have later on in the season.
Hey, JL, so go ahead, man.
I definitely think we're going to prioritize winning off the bat from the jump, man. I think these guys, Scott Perry, they want to prove that they can actually make something. They want to prove that they can improve on last season. I don't think you're going to see things like putting the worst defender on the best scorer at the end of the games. I don't think we're going to see stuff like that no more. But I think we're going to prioritize winning first and foremost, and try to develop guys as well. But I think winning's going to be coming first.
I agree. I'm with you, man. Listen, the pressure is going to be on Fizdale. A lot of people are going to be more sour on him this year. I'm just telling you the facts. I told you guys I'm here for 4 years with Fizdale. I'm here with 4 years. I'm going to take the good with the bad, and after the contract is up, and see how this roster improves over that time, over the next 3 years, then I'll make my final decision on Fizz. But we got to be playing to win. We got to be playing to win. Number one, for us to get those young guys up another notch, to take another step with this team in terms of its maturity and in terms of physical. Like, it's all a part of building that culture. And winning is the number one ingredient to that. So we got to be playing to win. Yes, if the situation calls for it and you got to sub out Knox, you got to sit Knox, or Marcus Morris is going with the hot hand, then you got to do what you got to do, because I think the number one priority is, yes, we want to win, but also we have guys like a Marcus Morris that you're going to want to try to trade at the deadline. So even though, Jay Ellis, I said in the beginning, I did want Knox to start because it should be about Knox. We do got to try to get Morris, we got to try to get some assets for Morris as well. Jay Ellis, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I feel the same way, but I feel like Morris, depending on where we're at during the season, man, like, I feel like if we are in the hunt for a playoff spot by the time the trade deadline hits, I feel like Morris is going to stay. Yeah. Finish out his contract. But if we're, like, out of it, then I could see the pieces being moved and then us getting a pick or two and going full-out development in January, February again. But it's all going to depend on how he performs. If he overperform, I can see him staying.
Well, that's a win-win situation for us, Well, what do you think about that, Will?
I mean, for me personally, I think, listen, I love RJ. I think he's going to be a great player, but I think he's going to hit that wall. And it's like, I mean, different guys work differently. He's always been, if not the guy, like second fiddle. Yeah. So how is it going to work? Like, maybe, he's not even the second best player on the team. And then are we going to be like, well, if you're not the second best player on the team, then, you got to be the third option or the fourth option or whatever it is. We don't know how that's going to affect him. That's how, it's the same thing I say with Melo. It's like, Melo was always the guy. So it's just like, for him to just tell him, oh, come off the bench, that's like a culture shock. So, I mean, number one, obviously he knows that he's young and, he's got to deal with it. But I don't know if certain guys can thrive, not being the guy, and that's more for RJ than anything. Knox, I'm not really that worried. Knox had his time to do it. Certain guys, they're not going to have a choice like DSJ. Mitch, not really worried about him. You guys got to talk about that little injury because I'm hearing all these different things about that, about how bad it is and how not bad it is.
They said it was
I digress, but it's that man should be like, listen, man, this is crazy because nobody wants to be on the FIBA Olympic team or whatever. And they still don't want Melo. It's crazy.
Listen, I think it's a great experience for Mitch to go there and play with a lot of the top young best players in the league and some of the current best talent. That's a great experience for Mitch. Playing with Jeff Van Gundy and I believe Popovich was on that staff as well. That's great, man. To be able to learn from some of the best in the industry all around. So listen, injuries happen. They did the right thing by sitting him out of the scrimmage, and from what we hear, it's gonna be a light injury. But I think in terms of your point on RJ, yeah, it's gonna be an adjustment for him. It's an adjustment for every rookie. I think the most intriguing thing, JL, is gonna see how him and DSJ coexist.
Yeah.
Because already, even though it was early and even though it was just summer league, we saw RJ's strengths be more as a primary ball handler. Now, how does that work with two guys, RJ and DSJ, who are not the best or the most efficient shooters?
Yeah.
Time will tell. We know DSJ's been working on his shot, thank God. And RJ, we see he seems to be working on his as well. So let's see how they get that to work.
Yeah, man. Like, I hope it
I mean,
works.
just the way I look at it.
Go ahead, Will.
Go on.
Go ahead, Will.
The way I look at it, I think that there's like a pecking order, right? Can we always agree that most likely that Julius Randle right out the gate is going to be the most consistent. He's going to get that most consistent.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at the videos. He's shooting threes great, but, you know, he get his highest percentage in that paint, you know?
Right.
We see what RJ do, you know? He's great going to the paint, going to the hole, he drives. Basically what I wanted Timmy to do. But now he doesn't have the shooting like Timmy does, so it's just like, you know, this is up to Fizz. Fizz got to find out how to make it work. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's the coach of the team. But ultimately, I just think that, you know, I'm really looking at it. I think it's going to come to a point where if we're happy about the win, we're going to be sad about this young player not doing too well. Or this player is doing too good, but we still got the L. So I think it's going to come to that point. I'm going to leave y'all on that, but I'm going to let y'all go.
Thanks, Will.
Can't wait to see you at the home opener. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like this season, CP, man, I feel like no matter what happens, people are going to be so mad at the rotation.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be the most controversial year as far as rotations ever. And the only thing that might save Fizz in the eyes of the fans is if we overperform and end up in the playoffs.
It has to. It has to. Or come close. Come close.
Yeah. Come close.
Because
everybody's going to be fighting over what the rotation should be like all year long.
That's going to be question number one off the rip.
Yep.
That's going to be question number one off the rip. Who's going to be your point guard? Is it going to be DSJ? Is it going to be Peyton? What's Frank doing? You know, shooting guard. Where's ISO going to play? Yep. Is Ellington going to get minutes right away?
Word. RJ,
Dotson. At the 3, you got Marcus Morris Knox. Is Iggy going to emerge? See, I think Iggy. I think we have time. I think I would even put Iggy in the G League for now if he's not going to get a lot consistent minutes. I would put Iggy in the G League if you could, and just to get him those reps until you're ready for him. Until you know maybe at the deadline you make a move.
I feel you, but at the same time, it's like like my man dropped 30. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's a beast. He beasted, man.
We saw what happened with ISO when everybody kind of wrote him off because in the beginning of the season because he wasn't drafted, and all of a sudden he worked his way to rotation. They're like, oh man, this guy actually deserves a league.
Yeah.
Like Iggy dropped 30, and you're like, wait, where did this kid come from? Like,
yeah, I'm just saying you already have Kevin Knox and Marcus Morris who are gonna get the bulk of the minutes at the 3. Yeah. You have Randall, you have maybe Knox at the 4, you have maybe Morris at the 4. Even in a small ball situation, Iggy's probably not going to play.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just looking at it realistically.
I feel you.
I'm just looking at it realistically. I'm saying with the depth that we have, you could afford to stash him, let him keep working, get his reps up in the G League.
It makes sense, but like Fizz, does Fizz believe in the G League? That's the question, man. I don't know if Fizz actually believes in the G League, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like teams like to use it in that way,
We definitely should. We see what it did for Kadeem Allen when he came in here last season. He came in to lift up a little bit. If we're not getting the playing time, maybe we should utilize G League to develop some of these players.
Yeah, keep guys fresh. Why not?
Sure.
Well, why not, man? See some people say in the chat, hey, it's a lot of Iggy fans. We know that. I definitely want to see the guy play. I just don't know how does he play, man. Carlos Martinez checking in from Australia. What's going on, buddy?
Mm-hmm. What up?
Yeah. Ayo Pal says that's a hot take. Iggy to the G League, Frank to G League. I'm not saying, but where's he gonna play? Somebody tell me where. How do you see him getting minutes?
Yeah, is he going
Right
to take
this second.
Knox's minutes? Is he going to take Marcus Morris minutes? Is he going to take are they going to put RJ at the 3 sometimes?
Right.
Like,
Does RJ go to the 3 sometimes? We didn't even speak on Frank. We didn't even speak on Frank. Some of you guys don't want to speak about him whatsoever. I don't know, JLs.
Yo, Jay the one says ISO and Doc got to be trade pieces. He want Iggy.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of guys that can be trade pieces. You know what I mean?
I feel you. It scares me to make ISO a trade piece, man.
Nah, I'm not trying to trade ISO.
I don't want to trade ISO either, yo. He's the only one who actually shot an NBA percentage last season.
Yeah, I'm not trying to trade ISO. Nah, definitely not.
If you really look at the stats of everybody on our team, on the squad, ISO is the only one who shot like a real NBA percentage.
Yeah.
Out of all the guards.
Nah, I'm rocking with ISO, man. I'm not trading. Forget that.
It was like 44% from the field and
41, 44, yeah.
40% from 3.
I'm sticking with ISO, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That don't mean no one. I understand why, but yeah.
Did you see Frank's? Have you watched his World Cup friendly matches yet?
I seen the first game.
Yeah.
And I saw clips of the second.
I had people upset, man. People are tight. Don't look at the comments. Frank, if you're watching, don't look at the comments.
Oh, man.
People are tight, man. I mean, listen. It's same Frank. You know, keep it real. We saw some good things. So again, it's just a matter of playing time. I don't see him earning a shot at the 1 nor the 3 coming into it.
He's an uphill battle, man. I'll say this from what I saw, the handle was gotten better.
Yeah.
The defense is still the same.
Yeah, it's good, and it's good. I mean, the defense is good. I mean, granted, they were playing Tunisia,
right?
But it was same typical Frank, you know, pitbull defense.
And the passing has been pretty good.
Yeah.
He just hasn't made shots. That's really what it is. It just comes down to he hasn't made shots.
Hasn't made shots. Finished with about 7 points against Tunisia on 2 of 7 shooting.
Right, and and it's like he's been injured for half the year. This is his first actual games he's ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Only playing 43 games this season, so we got to see what's going to happen with Frank. I'm not sure how much time he's actually going to have.
Right, and this is a contract year for him.
It's a contract year.
This is a contract year for him, so I don't know, man. A lot of you Team Frankers, I'm not sure if it's going to happen for this kid, man.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle because you still have DSJ here, and even Elfrid Payton, who, like I said, 5 triple doubles last year in a row.
$10 million. How about that?
Yeah. So the depth at every position from 1 to 3 is deep for the Knicks. It's gonna be hard for Frank to get playing time without an injury happening.
Right. And the thing is, like you said, yes, we are still going to be playing for development. You know, certain guys deserve, Mitch deserves that starting spot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anyhow you go into the season without R.J. Barrett starting at the 2. I just don't see why he wouldn't be starting.
I can see a scenario where he doesn't start, but I know why you're saying that.
What scenario would you paint that wouldn't have RJ starting?
I mean, it depends. Like I said, it depends on the coach and what he sees as a fit too.
Yeah. Like
you said, because the same reasons that we discussed about the pairing of DSJ and RJ together. Yeah. Like I can see a scenario where he tries to have a shooter start and have him come
off the bench for a while. So maybe it's that Dot? Maybe that's Dotson?
Maybe it's Dotson. Maybe it's ISO. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because they've been trying to convince ISO to shoot more threes last season, off the jump without dribbling. He started to do it, but he got injured again. So, but it's gonna be some experimenting. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Yeah, gonna be interesting. Because I see what you're saying. I definitely agree with you. Does he coach more from a PR standpoint or from a basketball standpoint? You know, does a Dotson or ISO make more sense than to just squeeze RJ in there and figure it out?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, Chen in the chat says this is a good problem to have. Absolutely, I think this is a great problem to have. Let's see how Frisdale utilizes it. Let's go back to the phone, JL. Jarrell wants to talk. He wants to talk about how he gets Iggy minutes into the lineup. Jarrell, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Long time listener of the show. What's up, CP? What's up, Jay Ellis?
Appreciate it, man. How you feeling?
Real fast with this. I think I'm feeling good. I feel like Big Ten Conference produces threes that come in with a muscle rate and a type of demeanor. Think Draymond, you know? And I think Iggy has that. I think his defensive feet is what's bad, and that comes with rookies. Look at RJ's feet. Think about Knox's feet last year. I think it was a feet problem. That weight came. You see how Knox is built up. You see how Draymond built up his first season out. I think Iggy could bang at that 4. I think that Taj Gibson should just be a straight mentor. I think Bobby Portis needs to take that 5 at the bench. And I think that's how we run it.
Okay. It's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying what I think is that they'll unless he just blows them out the frame in camp. You know, a Landry Fields type training camp. You know what I'm saying, JLs?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
A Landry Fields type hot start. I think they'll go in there slowly.
And one more thing about my man Frank.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a Frank hater. I'm gonna say this one. I'm a Frank hater. I don't like Frank, but he fits on his team. He fits on his team right now, and I see him coming up. If Elfrid Payton, which I vote for him as the backup point, if he's slipping, Frank come in to take those minutes.
Yeah.
I vote for Alonzo Trey as the backup 2 guard, and if he slips, Doc come and take his minutes, and that's their role of getting in. But they got to prove themselves.
I agree. Well said, Jarrell. Appreciate the call, man. Thanks for supporting us, bro.
All right, fellas.
All right. I just want to see Elfrid Payton slipping like that.
Yeah.
I just don't see his living right like that.
I mean, he basically is what you want Frank to be, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a shorter version of Frank right now.
Right.
He's a shorter version. He's shorter. He can't really shoot, but he can finish better than Frank. His shooting percentage is better. He sets people up, plays defense. But he's what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
Like 6'7". Is Frank 6'8" now?
He might be. He definitely got stronger. He definitely got stronger. In terms of Iggy, listen, I would love to see him sliding in at the 4. I just don't think they're not gonna bring these guys in who they paid and not play them at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you're not just gonna have Taj be the caretaker yet. Probably post second half, once the season has been decided on, then you transition. But right away, I think those guys are still gonna get sizable minutes.
I don't know if Taj is gonna get sizable minutes, bro. Like that's the one guy once we signed Marcus Morris that might have taken the biggest hit as far as getting minutes. Like, Taj is a great defender, so I can see him getting like spot minutes in like defensive situations to close a team or go on one of the guys' best offensive players or something like that. But I don't know. Unless like Portis just really like craps the bed.
So who do you see subbing in for Mitch?
I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go with Portis.
I think they go Portis first.
They might go Portis. I mean, I like defense though, so I would like Taj. Right. Man, actually, I think I would like Taj with like a shooter at the 4.
Yeah.
I think I would like that better.
You could go Taj and Portis.
Yeah, you can go Taj and Portis.
You could go Taj and Portis.
Taj, Portis, Knox.
Taj, Portis, Knox. ISO Payton.
Taj Porter's nice ISO big man. Okay,
I like that.
kind of like that.
So like, I think that's a nice little balance. Second unit.
Yeah, a nice little offense, defense.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, all right. I guess in that scenario, RJ starts.
Yeah. You go Peyton 1, ISO 2, Knox at the 3, Portis at the 4, Taj at the 5. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, our bench is gonna be
It's
interesting because I feel like that's when we go to the bench. That's when we might get some problems.
Yeah. I'm telling you, between Dotson and ISO, somebody's not gonna get consistent minutes. That's gonna be a little keep what you kill within keep what you kill. You know what I mean? The game within the game.
That's a fact. Practice is gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And so that's why I just don't see Iggy getting those minutes yet until you figure out what you're doing with Morris. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. You gave her too much money. We pulled him away from the Spurs. It doesn't even make sense doing all that to get Morris not to play him.
No, he's playing significant minutes. He's playing significant minutes.
But you don't think he's like 20 minutes, 25?
Yeah, I would say so.
25, right?
I would say so. Definitely. Yeah, I see. I think somebody in the chat said stash Iggy for now. I see no problem with it. I don't see any problems with it.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. Salute to everybody in here on this Monday night tilt. Shout out to Jarrell for just calling in. Chen, what's going on? KnicksFanTV, Dave in the building. Shout out to Dave. Shells Heavy. Salute to Shells. What's going on? Chick George, how you feeling, man? Who you got in your chat, Jails?
Yo, shout out to Ed Santana in the chat, man. Brooklyn Charlie. One take. I see you guys, man. Thanks for hitting me up.
Jaden Diaz, what's going on, man? Got Jails.
Oh, yeah, and Dark Matter RA7. I see you over here, too. Far Too Smart 311. I see you over here, too. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Cameron Tackmill.
Okay. Will says, do we feel like we can flip Reggie Bullock? Not for a while. I don't think so. He's damaged goods right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what the urgency was to get him. I mean, I guess we needed shooting that bad, but listen, we did. But damn,
is that like a PR sign?
I have no idea, man. They felt like they had to get it done
because he's not gonna be able to play for 6 months, and they gotta work him in the rotation. And
I'm not sure what the big deal was to get this guy, but okay. Hopefully he can knock down a few, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like you don't play ball for 6 months. You don't come right in, you know,
right?
Gangbusters, like just racking them.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Like before I knew he was injured, I was like, all right, that's a pretty decent sign.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we need the shooting. Let's do it.
You need the shooting. He's a decent defender. You don't have a lot of offense, two-way players on this, on the squad. We have a lot of either ors.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Either good at offense or good at defense. Only got a couple of real two-way players. So when we signed him, I was like, all right, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was like, good move, nice move. But then it was like, he failed the physical. I was like, all right, what for? Plantar fasciitis. Okay.
Like, oh, damn, that was the same thing with Thomas.
Yeah, little nagging thing. Then it was like, he had a herniated disc in his neck.
It was like, whoa.
Okay. All right.
Man. Okay, well, Knicks did get right by him.
Yeah.
He seems like a New York dude. I like. He seems like he's a little trash talk, I like that about him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I like him. Like I said, the Knicks did like him as well. Back during his tenure as a draft prospect, he ended up going to the Clippers first.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple stops. Clippers. He was on Detroit as well, and also on the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the injury started with the Lakers because I feel like he didn't really shoot well when he's on the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, his best statistical season was with the Pistons from 3-point line. I think he was over 40% at that time.
Yeah.
and that's when he was doing his thing. So let's see if we can get that guy.
Heck yeah, man.
Be a nice help off the bench. But we'll see, man.
Yeah, especially considering our team, we suck at future.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Worldwide West. Let's talk about the roster rotation. Wes, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. How about yourself, man?
Good, man. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to YouTube, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Back on, man. The haters. Yeah,
haters try to keep me down, man. Can only keep me down for but so long.
What you say?
So they try to get me, man. They try to silence me, but you can only silence me for so long, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. The streets need you, kid. But
appreciate it.
I'm gonna get right into it. So about the roster, right? As far as rotation, I think that Taj Gibson is going to be a regular in the rotation. I say that because out of all the bigs, who can actually play low post defense?
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Taj Gibson's the only player.
Discipline.
I look at him as like when Kurt Thomas was on our squad that year when we had all the vets. You had Canby, you had Sheed, you had a lot of guys ahead of him. But at the end of the day, you had to give that man burn. Because him and Sheed was the only guys who could actually defend the post. Yeah. And nowadays that's a lost art because you got guys like Embiid, Marc Gasol. There's a couple of guys, Al Horford. Like the East, they do still have traditional bigs who go back to the basket, and you're gonna need a guy who can actually play defense back to the basket. I don't know. Bobby Portis is as far as like I know his pick and roll defense is shaky. I don't know how his one-on-one low post defenses, so that's why I'm not really going to comment on him. But I think that just the simple fact that Taj Gibson could play that defense, he's going to be a rotation player. Now, I think that where Morris is going to end up being the backup power forward, not the backup small forward. Y'all keep saying he's going to be the backup small forward. I think he's going to be the backup power forward, and that's how Dotson's going to find his way into the rotation as the backup small forward behind Knox, and Iggy is going to have to be on the shelf in the beginning, unless he comes out in preseason and just has 2 crazy games, maybe 2 or 3 crazy games, then he's going to force himself into the rotation. But he might be on the back burner until Dotson either tails off a little bit or he's not shooting consistently. Then, like Fizz does, he'll sit him for like 5 games and he'll throw in Iggy to the rotation for 5 games. And if he does well, then Dotson might be buried a little longer. I don't see any scenario where Alonzo Trier isn't your regular backup shooting guard or off the bench behind RJ.
Need his offense bad.
And that to me creates a problem for Wayne Ellington because I'm pretty sure he didn't come to this team with the mindset that he's not going to play, because you can't, like, the one thing I don't want to see is a 13-man rotation. That's absolute stupidity because no player is really going to be able to get their rhythm. They're not going to get into the flow of the game. And on top of that, it's going to decrease each of their trade values because none of them are going to be putting up numbers. So none of them are going to look like substantial players. So come the trade deadline, you're not going to even get a first-round pick for any of these players. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get that anyway, even if they are playing well, being that they're all on a 1-year contract. You know what I mean? Unless a team is going to say, all right, we'll trade for this player and we'll pick up his second-year option so we can control him for another year after this. Then if giving up a first-round pick is worth it. But other than that, we may not get that. So, bring me to the point guard position. Obviously, I think Dennis Smith Jr. he's going to start going into the season. It's going to be his job to lose because of his youth, his athleticism, his future, what he can do for the franchise, and he's on the contract for the next 2 years. So, definitely Elfrid Payton's going to be the backup, and Frank's going to sit. And Dennis Smith and Elfrid Payton have a history of injuries. So, at some point, they're both going to have injuries, and that's when Frank's going to get his opportunity. He may also get his opportunity at the 3 spot, depending on how well or bad Knox, Iggy, and Dotson are playing. But initially, Frank's on the bench. I believe Ellington's on the bench. And Mitch, he's going to start, but he's not going to play over 25 minutes a game because of foul trouble. Yeah. I watch Summer League, and I know Summer League is helter-skelter and, not real basketball, but he's still not disciplined. And this is only his second year. Like, a lot of guys keep saying, oh, we're looking for Knox and Trier and Robertson to take a big leap forward. No. dudes don't take a leap in their second year traditionally. As if anything, they take a step back. Like you've seen that with Donovan Mitchell, you've seen that with Jason Tatum. Like they may take a step back or stay somewhat stagnant. You know, the leap really comes in the year 3. That's when guys like that loser, the snake, he took the leap in year 3, and you see other guys will take, even D'Angelo Russell, it took him to year 4. You know, so I'm not expecting too much of a leap from our second year players. You know what I mean? So with that said, I think that Mitch's minutes being limited is going to accommodate for 5 players to be rotated in and out in the front court between Morris, Portis, you know, Gibson, you know, all the bigs, whatever. Yeah. They're all going to have a spot in the rotation. But as far as the backcourt is concerned, I don't think it's wise to play a plethora of guards, because the guards need to get their rhythm, need to get their confidence in order to be able to knock down shots. And, you know what I mean? They don't need to be looking over their shoulder. You can't really get a comfortable feel in a game if you're going in for 4 or 5 minutes stints and you're coming out, you know what I mean, and you're sitting on the bench.
I agree with that.
So that's just basically what I wanted to say.
Go ahead, Jails.
What's up?
So wait, so just to clarify, what's your starting 5?
What's your starting 5?
Again, I could barely hear you.
What's your starting 5, Wes?
Oh, my starting 5 is Dennis Smith Jr., is R.J. Barrett, Knox, Mitch, and Julius Randle. I'm not with starting Marquise Morris at the 3. He's not a small forward. He does not create. He's not elusive with the dribble. He's not a small forward. He's a power forward. He didn't play small forward in Boston. He's not, and that's gonna, if you play him at the small forward, then who's our backup 4? You see what I'm saying? Like, I guess if you play him at the small forward, then then you can have Portis be the backup 4.
Yeah.
But do you really want Bobby Portis guarding the pick and roll and, you know what I mean, playing against power forwards, like, especially if other teams go small?
Right.
I think we should implement Bobby Portis playing the backup 5, you know, instead of him playing a 4.
Right.
So that's my opinion. You know, because there's a speedy game out there, and Portis, especially him at the 5, is going to open up everything for everybody else. A big that can shoot. You know what I mean? I think that's just going to open up the floor for Randall, open up the floor for Mitch Robinson. You know, open up driving lanes for Dennis Smith Jr. and Elfrid Payton, being that they can't shoot that well. You're going to need somebody to drag the defense out. You know. So that's what the starting lineup is looking like, in my opinion. You know.
Okay. All right. So you're saying backup would be Peyton, ISO. Who's that your 3?
Who's your backup 5, Wes?
ISO backing up my backup 5. My first guy off the bench at the 5 is going to be Bobby Portis.
Yeah.
Right. So if Mitch, let's say the game starts, Mitch picks up 2 quick first fouls. Bobby Portis is your first guy off the bench. You still can't reinsert Mitch, you know what I mean? And Bobby Portis is not going to play the whole first half, so you can't reinsert Mitch to pick up a 3rd foul. You're going to have to then bring Gibson off the bench to spell Portis at the 5. And the 4 rotation is going to be Julius Randle starting with Marcus Morris backing him up, and Dotson is going to be backing up Kevin Knox. That's how I see things going down. Iggy's going to be shelved for the first 15, 20 games until if he plays well, you know, he's going to have to earn like a spot in the rotation. 1 30-point game in Summer League does not mean anything to me personally.
He's going to have to earn it for sure.
But he does, like, when you look at him play, he does have a high basketball IQ. He can pass and he can shoot.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of that dude in the Utah Jazz, Joe Ingles. Who I mess with. I like Joe Ingles. Even his attitude, he's a tough guy. He can knock down the 3. He could pass.
Yeah.
But it's going to take him time to develop. Can he guard a 3 in the league right now, Iggy? I don't know if he can really play defense and not get killed. You know, he's not laterally that quick and stuff like that. So we got to really see what that's looking like. I think we should chill on trying to insert him into the rotation right away and let the guys who's already been here and already proven themselves to a certain extent get the minutes, and it'd be their minutes to lose, you know? And like I said, injuries is going to be a factor. Injuries are going to be a factor.
Yeah, you always got to expect it.
Mitch getting banged up a little bit. Yeah.
Always got to expect it.
But last thing I wanted to say is that I foresee us making a trade if all right, let's say we're hovering around 500, 3 games over, 3 games like with either 5 games over or under, right? And we're in the run for the 8 seed leading up to the trade deadline. There's going to be disgruntled stars out there. You know, maybe not superstars, but like a Bradley Beal, or I don't know. There's going to be guys available. I can see us packaging a couple of these players, especially that, you know, they're going to be upset that they're not getting enough minutes in the rotation, and yanking a player from another team. You know, maybe I would say the position that we probably are most likely to get, I would have to say either a point guard or a wing. You know what I mean? Or maybe even a center, like an actual big, bulky center to play behind Mitch, or even start in front of Mitch. You know what I mean? I could see. I'm not going to name any names, but I can see us making a trade because, you know, I just feel like there's going to be a star that we're not predicting that's going to be disgruntled, or he's going to expect to win, and his team's not going to be winning. And New York is an opportune place to go right now. Everybody's sleeping on us. You know what I mean? And this is going to be like that 52 or 54 win season. Not that we're going to win 50 games, obviously not. But we're gonna take the league by storm in the sense that, like, I already know that our offense is going to be like, we're going to be straight on offense. You know what I mean? It's going to be our defense that's going to determine whether or not we're going to take that step forward. I know it's unprecedented to win 17 games one year and go and win over 37 games. To make the playoffs, we're going to have to win over 37 games.
Yeah.
We're going to have to win 25-game improvement. It's possible. You got a whole new cast of characters, so it's not the same core as last year. You know, Marcus Morris, he's going to be a real big impact player. Julius Randolph, he's going to be a significant impact player. Same thing with Bobby Portis. Those dudes and their attitude, you know what I mean? Even though Portis and Randall came from situations where they weren't necessarily winning, but they never played on like bottom feeding teams, you know, 15, 17 games. Like Julius Randle was always in the 30s. His team was always winning around 35 to 40 games, and he was a significant reason. You know, I mean, dudes don't talk about Julius Randle enough. Like in a league where they're looking at player efficiency rating and all these advanced metrics, it surprises me that they didn't mention any of that when they were evaluating him when we signed him, you know, during free agency. They skipped right over that and just started clowning us. They don't talk about his youth and his upside and how he's been developing each year.
Facts.
And if you really think about it, this is year 4 for Julius Randle because he missed his whole first year with a broken leg. This is year 4. So if he was averaging 21 and 9 and 3 assists a game in year 3, and now one more thing, I don't want to talk to y'all forever, but remember, if you look at the first 40 games that New Orleans played last year, right? They were in playoff contention. As a matter of fact, there was a top 5 seed in the West, right? With Elfrid Payton, with Julius Randolph, and of course with that boy Anthony Davis, you know. Yeah. But they were a top 5 team for the first like 20, 30, 40 games in the league until Davis got injured, and then he asked for the trade, and then everything went downhill. You know what I mean? So in the Eastern Conference with them players, man, if we have good chemistry, that's what it's going to come down to. If everybody's willing to make an extra pass and we're playing with energy and the chemistry is right, it's going to translate to wins. You know. Yeah. I'm not trying to sound like a foolish, optimistic Knicks fan, but I'm, you know, realistically, like if you look at this roster and not hate on us, this roster has a chance to make some noise in the Eastern Conference, in the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoff. You know, I'm not convinced with Orlando. Right. I'm not convinced with Detroit. I'm not convinced with even Miami. Yeah, you got Jimmy Butler, but I'm not convinced that you guys are. And you know what other team I'm not convinced with? I'm not convinced with Indiana, man. Like, Oladipo's going to be injured.
Oladipo's got to show some
for a significant amount of time. Everybody's plugging them in as a top 4 seed in the East. Yeah. Is that like? I don't know about that. And they also lost Bogdanovich. He's a huge part of that team. You know what I mean?
True indeed, man. True indeed, man. Appreciate the call, Wes. No, I agree with him, man, and I like what Wes calls him, man. He had a lot of great points that I agree with. I think the Morris question is going to be interesting. Will he play the 3 most of his minutes, or will he spend most of it at the 4? Right. Do they feel like they will have to slot him in at the 3 because he's making so much money?
I don't think they'll have to. I mean, he seems like a humble dude, so I feel like he's not going to be clamoring for the three. But I mean, I don't know, man. I understand why he said it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because then if he's just backing up the four, you expect Julius Randle to get 30 minutes.
Right. Julius is gonna get a pretty good heavy workload.
Yeah, so I can see him playing 4 and 3. I can't see him playing just behind Julius Randle who's going to get 30 and he's just playing.
Right. I mean, I get what he's saying in terms of, having the speed.
I get it too. And I get the optimism too.
Yeah.
But one quick point though, the Elfrid Payton, he was injured for a lot of that run that the Pelicans were on first half of the season. Like he was inactive, like I don't know, a lot of games. So,
yeah.
But Julius Randle though, I definitely agree with the fact that Julius Randle could be slept on, and no one actually talks about how he's gotten better every season, and that he can possibly get better this season again. But also, this is going to be a year where he'll be the focal point of the entire offense, probably.
Exactly. He's gonna be the guy, and it's funny that Wes mentioned. You guys mentioned I'm working on a Randall video right now, and I basically talk about just that. This is really the first year where he's really gonna be the guy. You know what I'm saying? He did a little bit after Kobe left with the Lakers, but he didn't really have enough time because right after that was when they was trying to get LeBron and Paul George. So he didn't really have that much time to shine. And like Wes said, his first year was really like a redshirt year. He got hurt the first game.
Right. And also, too, is like you hope that Fizz can actually use him correctly as well and have a little structured offense. Like I seen Spencer was posting like how to use how Pelicans use Julius Randle effectively, going off of like a lot of curls left and right side. So hopefully Fizz takes a look at that videotape and allows him to
get him in open space. So he can make his move on the run.
Exactly. Open space, going downhill, just fast, forward. Take advantage of his speed. Man.
Yeah. Yep. I'm looking forward to Randa, and I like what Wes said. If you get past the hate, because everything to the haters was we didn't get KD, so the whole season was a dud. But if you get past the hate, nobody's even talking about the Randall pickup. People trash us, so they picked up 5 power forwards. I guess people didn't realize that Mitchell's the only big man we had under contract. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess, I don't know what else they were looking for us to get. Would they want another point guard? You know what I mean?
I mean, we got that too.
We got that too. We still got that too. But, I mean, we only had one big man under contract when we made these moves. So, I don't really see that as being a big deal. I do agree with him. I think Mitch's minutes are still going to have to be monitored.
We'll see we'll see which Mitch shows up because towards the end of last season, he got a lot better. He was staying out of foul trouble. He was getting double doubles, and he was on a block streak because he was staying out of foul trouble. This summer league, it definitely looked like he regressed, and he was going back to the same Mitch from the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
Maybe because he hasn't played ball in a while, forgot all the stuff he learned. He has to relearn that stuff. Hopefully he does quickly enough where he doesn't get into crazy foul trouble again this season.
I think summer league he was really just just playing loose. You know what I'm saying? Just really just playing loose and just playing out there. I think once the season starts and Fish will be out there, Gibson and Murray, they'll rein him in. Well, I think summer league he was just playing loose. You get 10 fouls, so he was using his bullets out there, and he knew he had rest. He had Kenny Wooten coming in right behind him. Kavanaugh was playing a little bit of 5 as well. Wooten will be in training camp. Wooten will definitely be in training camp. So shout out to Mitch. But I do agree. I don't think he gets a ton of minutes. And if you have that depth of guys like Gibson and Portis, it's going to be interesting to see how they slot them in. He also brought up some interesting topics on in terms of second year players. We expect Knox to take a leap. We expect Mitch to take another step, but what will they be? We saw Tatum take that step back in his sophomore campaign.
Yeah, I mean it's all situational too.
All situational.
You can argue that Tatum took the step back because of who came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kyrie and those guys came back. So you can possibly say the same thing, say those things about Knox and Mitch too. But I mean, Mitch's game isn't really predicated on creating offense. So
That's
we'll
right.
see. We'll see. And Knox seems like if he gets the minutes, he seems more under control from what I've seen.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I agree with that.
I feel like I already seen the fruits of his labor from working in the summer.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. I'm optimistic that they're not going to this thing.
The other point that he touched on, making a trade, a deadline trade. Obviously, you know, when we stack these assets up, that's a possibility, always a possibility. And it certainly dampens the blow of when you make a blockbuster trade for a star player. If you still have some assets in reserve that you can actually still have a team to compete with, I think that will be cool. I think the first player on the trading block will be Bradley Beal. At star caliber, I think it's Bradley Beal. They're looking at another losing season in Washington. I don't even know, is John Wall coming back, or did they say he's out another year?
I
didn't hear anything about John Wall as yet.
I don't think he's coming back this year. I know he's really politicking hard to keep Bradley Beal, though. I know that.
Yeah. So I think he'll get tired of it, and he'll probably ask out. Blazers, Splash Brothers, they're staying, so Dame is not available. I'm sad about that. But Dame ain't available. CJ's not available. You know, Spider Mitchell's gonna get his money. Mm-hmm. I don't see star wise. I don't see that next big trade happening.
That's one of those things you just don't know, man. Like we didn't see Kawhi Leonard once.
That's true.
Like I'm not saying it's a definite that that's gonna happen, but I'm also not saying it's impossible because I feel like every year or other year somebody pisses somebody off.
Somebody's mad.
Somebody's mad. The minutes, the coaching staff, like something goes wrong, and it's like, get me out of here.
Ooh,
so
Ari says Devin Booker. I don't know.
That's actually a good candidate to get me out of here, yo.
Yeah, the get me out of here club, Devin Booker. How about Karl Anthony Towns? Somebody in the Henry, a lot of people in the chat saying Cat.
That's another Cat, Long Island guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
When is he a free agent though? I feel like he's a free agent coming up. No, or did he
sign an extension?
Let's check it out. Let's look into this. Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us with a hashtag new so we can shout you guys out while I look up Karl Anthony Towns' contract. And we're going to get to the phones in a second. I see Steve and Jay want to get in, so we'll get to them in a second.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns, the Cat, is making... Let's check this out here. It's the salary numbers. Contract. Here we go. He signed till 2. Oh, yeah, he did sign an extension. Okay. He signed an extension last year. That's what I thought. So he signed for a little while.
Yeah, now that I remember, I feel like he was kind of bigging up. I read something where he's actually bigging up the coach. And people were kind of talking about he was kind of taking a jab at Tibbs.
I'm sure. Since he's no longer with us.
As of right now, Cat is happy.
Yeah. We'll see. But Cat could be a candidate. Bradley Beal definitely a candidate. Cat a candidate. But whatever, man. Let's focus on us, man. Let's focus on us. We went down that rabbit hole for a year already. It always gets us, Jail. It always gets us.
It always does. I saw some news the other day. I was like, I'm ignoring it.
Ignoring it, man. Okay, let's go to East New York. Jay's back. He wants to talk about the roster and the schedule. Jay, how you feeling, bro?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, CP, Jails? How y'all doing, man? What's going on?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
Shout out to Santana.
All right, so I'm going to just get right to it.
Okay, go ahead, Jay.
My spot in 5, even though I don't really, I don't really have an idea because I feel like it should be a revolving door. But off the top, I'm going to go with Dennis Smith Jr., R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, Bobby Portis at the 4, and either Mitchell or Randall at the 5. I feel like the 5 position specifically. Like, one thing I like about Mitch is he's definitely able to switch off and pick and roll scenarios and guard that perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Bobby Portis, he's also somebody that brings that type of versatility. But I like him as a backup 4-5.
Me too.
Situationally, you know. But as far as who starts where, I don't think it should just go by who deserves a spot. Like, I feel like Fizz should be implementing a system. Like, he should have some core values that he wants to put in place on offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
then let things shake out as it may in training camp. You know, I don't feel like nobody should have no entitled, oh, I'm starting. I don't know. You got to get out there. You got to earn that spot, man, at every position. You know what I'm saying? What is Fizz trying to implement? That's the one thing that people ain't really mentioning. Everybody just looking at it from, oh, he's a veteran, oh, this, that. I feel like you got to really look at, what does the coach want? How does he want his point guard to play? You know what I'm saying? What is he expecting from his wings? Like, what does he want his big? So I feel like a lot of that is going to shake out in training camp. So right now, everybody should be coming in with a clean slate. Them guys got to grind for that spot, man. This is going to be a grit and grind season. But he got versatility at damn near every spot. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna have to work it out. And as far as the bench go, I think Wayne Ellington is going to be one of those guys that he's not going to play every night, as well as Taj Gibson. I feel like those guys are going to play in situations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like RJ, he like to have the ball. He could, you know, play with the ball. He's a playmaker as well. You know what I'm saying? So why not put, let's put the kid at the one position, essentially, because he's bringing the ball up. You know what I'm saying? Wayne Ellington is a perfect guy to play off the ball. You feel me? Because he can spot up and hit them threes.
Yeah.
He moves well off the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't really be about, you know what I'm saying, who's the vet, and no, it really should be more about what the system is trying to implement. You know what I'm saying? And I think guys should really stop with the projections of who they think should start, because you never know. Starting night, we might see Frank at the 1. Man. You never know.
Man.
Nah, man. Hey, I'm going to say it, man. Look. I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it. You never know what can happen. That's how real it is, you know? So everybody just got to cool it just a little bit. Let training camp fall into place, and then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like anybody should be guaranteed a spot outside of RG. I feel like RG should be playing at least 27 to 32 minutes a game. You feel me? Realistically, He's a rookie, so I'm not saying throw him straight in the fire, have him playing 35, 38 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? But he got to get his feet wet. He got to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? He has an NBA body, but he got to learn the NBA mindset. Like, he's still, you know, he's young, so he got to understand, like, every night, even the, you know what I'm saying? Even the 12th man might be looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? So he got to really come in with the mindset of it's time to ball and it's time to defend. You know what I'm saying? But defense is definitely going to be first. So I feel like our starting 5 should be, if anything, I feel like we should be super sturdy on defense. Like, the offense is going to work itself out. Every NBA team is going to give you at least 110 points a game. That's just regular. It is what it is. It's a shooting league now, you know, a scoring league. But
true indeed.
Yeah, fellas, I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, man. I just want to bring this one point up, and then y'all could just, you know what I'm saying, just bounce off of that.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it, man.
I definitely feel like we might be 1 or 2 pieces over. You know what I'm saying? I think we might be just a little too deep. I don't know who or where it gotta go, but I just feel like we might have to get rid of a wing and probably a guard. You know, I just feel like we just a little too wild jammed up. Maybe we could probably get a big that can just a lumbery big, because the East, I can't think of any bigs that's taller than 6'10", 7 foot in the East. That's a low post big, you know, like even Joel Embiid, he played on the perimeter, so I don't really see us having too much problems down low. But you know, just to be on the safe side, you want to have a guy that's really tough on the inside. Mitch is good. He's a you know what I'm saying, a shot blocker, a shot deflector. You know, he'll change some shots, but right now I don't want to put him out there for too long and risk him getting injured. You know.
Okay.
Our bigs, we gotta treat them real. You know what I'm saying? We gotta treat them like they gold. We gotta hold on to them. We can't be just throwing them out there for too long and, you know, stacking up injuries. But that's another thing too. Like the management got to be good. Time management.
Gotta be, man. All right, Jay. Appreciate the call, man.
Yeah. Randall's starting at the 4.
Randall, yeah, nobody's taking Randall's spot. I mean, I think like certain guys is just like I don't see anybody taking Mitch's spot. You know, you may argue that over the course of a 30-minute game, maybe Taj Gibson, I don't know, maybe he gives you a bit smarter, you know, more steady play over the course of a few games, but it doesn't mean that you start him because it's Mitch's team.
Yeah, it's like
I think it's still a balance.
Yeah, man, it's like the talent gap at the 4 or 5 really is just too big to me to consider somebody else starting at the 4 or 5.
Right. I don't see nobody taking Randall's place. And that was my point on RJ. Is like you have to, unless, like you said, unless Fizz really, unless they really struggle out the gate, I think he will get that starting shot automatically. If it's just a big time struggle out the gate where him and DSJ just can't coexist, then maybe Fizz makes a change and throws in Dots in an ISO as a starter, take some pressure off of RJ until he can kind of figure things out. But I think RJ starts. I think it's DSJ, RJ. The 3 is still TBD.
Yep.
I don't know if they go Marcus Morris over Knox. And you know, to Wes's point, play Morris more as a backup 4. The 4 is a lock, and I think the 5 is a lock. I think 1, 2, 4, and 5 to me are locks. I don't see DSJ losing that spot to Peyton unless it's just like night and day. He's terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think DSJ will win it, but I'm not going to call it a lock. For one, but I think DSJ has the edge.
Yeah.
2, 3, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think RJ's at the 2, man. I think RJ's at the 2. All right, let's go 2 more calls, JLs, and get out of here. Once again, shout out to everybody watching. Whether you're on KnicksFanTV, whether you're on the Nick of Time show, you're watching from Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, anywhere you're watching from, salute to you guys. This is the #1 show for the Knicks fan by the Knicks fan. CP from KnicksFanTV, my man JL's from the Nick of Time show. We just did our schedule reveal, giving you guys some of the key games, the key dates, and the most pivotal stretches of this Knicks 2019-2020 campaign. Season is upon us, man. We are closing in on 2 months, a little more than 65 days from the opening night.
Yep.
Home opener against the Boston Celtics. Make sure if you guys are coming with us, we will have the largest suite in Madison Square Garden. 100 Knicks fans, jails. Me, you, food, drinks, seats to the game, meet and greet with a Knicks legend.
Yeah.
Giveaways. Plus, potentially more perks. We're still working that out. And that's courtesy of yours truly, CP, my man JL's from the Nick of Time show, and our friends at OmniFan. You heard Will from Long Island say that he got his ticket already. We got people coming from Australia to be at this event. I see my London people is coming out to be at this event, JL's. It's going to be a blockbuster event, man. I hope you guys can make it. The link is in the bio, whether you're watching on KnicksFanTV or the Nick of Time show, to get your deposit in. We are accepting the deposits right now, and it's going to get here before you know it, man. So make sure you lock those in.
Yeah, man. And shout out to What's your name? Gladiador.
I call him like Gladiator. It's like
Gladiator.
It's like Gladiador PR. He's from Puerto Rico.
Gladiador PR from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's from PR. He's from Puerto Rico, man.
And Craig says, didn't they say Peyton was picking jobs to lose the point guard? I don't think I read that.
So.
I did read that the Knicks said he can start. It's a possibility.
Possible. I don't see it though. I don't see it, man. But you never know. Not to say nothing is guaranteed. You never know. I think it's DSJ. I think it's his time. Looney Waves, what's going on, man? Shout out to you, man.
The thing is, like, you can't count out that he already has a chemistry with
Randall.
Yep.
He's the most pure point guard, I guess you can argue, on the team in terms of running the team.
Mm-hmm. And plays both ends of the floor. I don't know. I just want to see DSJ. Like, I guess it's more so me just hoping that DSJ just turns into an absolute consistent beast, because I think we've seen we've seen the splashes. You know what I mean? If DSJ turns into consistent beats, then I'm moving my win total up to like 35-30.
I said it. If we're gonna try to play tough and be competitive, I'm not even gonna use the P word, but if we're gonna be at that point of being competitive, it's gonna be on DSJ. It's gonna be on DSJ. He needs to be that guy for us, man. All right, JL, so let's wrap up. Steve from the Bronx. Steve, how you feeling, man? Steve wants to talk about the rotations and the lineups. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, fellas. What's going on, y'all? I'm happy to have y'all tonight, man.
Thanks, man.
Couldn't wait to hear some Knicks talk, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so I wanna kind of go against y'all tonight, and I'm gonna say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peyton is gonna be the starting point guard for two reasons. I think we forget that he was Scott Perry's draft pick. Scott been trying to get this guy on the team for a while, and I think what Fizz been trying to get the last two seasons is a guy to run the offense. We tried to do that with Moutier because Moutier was our best playmaker last year, but Moutier wanted to be Allen Iverson and try to score and not get nobody involved. So he blew that chance. But I think the beauty with Peyton is that Peyton is going to be able to control the offense. He's going to feed the guys that need to be fed. And I think, I agree with y'all. DSJ is going to make us go, but where we're going to get the most out of DSJ is as a six-man. And I think the beauty with him and Peyton is they can split the minutes. It's really not about who starts on his team. It's going to be about who finishes on his team. And I think the beauty with this roster is, as much as we don't really want to play 10, 11, 12 guys, if you really look at the roster, we might really be able to. You look at Mitch and his foul trouble, he's going to play 20, 22 minutes. He's going to go hard. You think about Knox. Knox is going to play 24 minutes. Morris is going to play about 24 minutes. You could throw Taj Gibson in there, and like you said earlier, on a Kurt Thomas type role or a Marcus Camby type role for like 15 minutes. You got a bunch of guys that are not accustomed to playing 30 minutes with the exception of Randall. But everybody else could come in and give you 20 hard minutes. I don't get this notion of guys not going to be in rhythm and stuff like that. You give a dude 7 minutes out there straight, let him go hard. There's enough minutes for enough dudes out there, man.
JL's shaking his head, man. JL's weighing on this, man.
I agree that Peyton. I'm not gonna say he's gonna start, but I think it's gonna be a fight. Players need time to get rhythm, man. Players need time to get rhythm. I remember season after season where we had this thing where we played 10, 11 guys. I think Jeff Hornacek was probably a good example. We couldn't figure out what the rotation would be. And then guys would actually go to the paper and be like, yo, I don't know when my minutes are coming. And it gets me out of rhythm when I don't know my minutes are coming. So I feel like
we haven't figured out a rotation since in like 6 years, bro.
No,
real talk.
Yeah.
Whether it's Woodson, whether it's Hornacek, whether it's Fisher, whether it's who we got now, Fizdale. Everybody's trying to figure out the rotation. You always get that quote from the coach about 10, 15 games into the year. We've been hearing those quotes for the last 6 years. We're still trying to figure out the rotation, man.
I think Woodson did a pretty good job back in 2013, and if you look at it, we kind of got a similar team without, obviously, the superstar, and without Carmelo. But if you look at our squad, we got veterans that should know their place. You know what I mean? I mean, Gibson shouldn't be expecting to play 30 minutes tonight, and he might not even be playing at all. I think there's a bunch of these role players who, you look at their career, they give you 22 minutes, they give you 23 minutes. You look at a guy like Bobby Portis, who in 20 minutes, he fills up the stat sheet, man, on the offensive side. He gives you 12 points. He gives you 8 rebounds. He does the little things, and Mitch is not ready. I think the thing with our roster is everybody's young on this team. Our young players, we think we have to play them 30 minutes to develop them. Knox just turned 21 the other day, man. We could give that cat another 22 minutes this season. We don't have to run him out there for 34, 37 minutes.
Hey, that's fair. That's a fair one by Steve. That's a fair one.
Yeah. So to end it off, fellas, I don't want to stay on the line too much. I know y'all want to get off, but my starting lineup, if y'all really want to win, I think it's Peyton, Barrett. You go with Morris. You let him share the minutes with Knox. You start the game with him. You let Knox come in, go against the second unit, and you finish the game with Morris. You start Randall, and you get Mitch to start the game, but you give Mitch that quick hook. Most of the time he's going to give himself the quick hook with his foul trouble. But for the most part, you let him start the game. You pull him out. You throw Portis in there. You throw Gibson in there. It's all going to balance itself out, man. Thanks a lot, fellas. Thanks for taking my call.
Steve, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it, man. That's a good call, JLs.
Yeah. See, what I like about his starting lineup, even though it's not like the flashy namey one, it's a good balance.
Yeah, I thought it's a nice balance. It's a nice balance. He said Peyton, RJ, Morris, Randall, Mitch.
But then it's a shooting. If it's RJ,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
At the 1, then we're screwed in the shooting. Now with DSJ at the 1 and RJ at the 2, we still might be screwed.
Yeah.
We don't know. DSJ is showing signs of shooting improving, so we'll see how it is.
We still don't have a consistent 3-point lineup that we can either start with or even off the bench. Like,
that's the thing. All the best 3-point lineups are the guys who people aren't really consider. All the 3-point shooters are guys who people don't want. Are guys who people don't want to start.
Yeah.
That's ISO, Dotson,
yeah,
Ellington,
Bullock, who's still wearing the neck braces. So I don't know.
All those guys, if we put them next to a point guard, the spacing will be fixed.
Yeah, I agree. Well, as you said, those aren't your starters, so it'll be interesting to see. I definitely agree with his points on Knox, and that was even why I don't mind Morris necessarily starting over him, because it's like Morris is still temporary, and Knox, he still has time to kind of find his way, even though obviously you want him taking another step as, in his second year and hoping that he can really maximize on his potential. But, he's still young, man. All these guys are so young, bro.
Yeah, man. All these guys, a lot of the new guys that we signed, Peyton is young, man.
Yeah.
Brandon is young, man. Portis is young, too. Those guys aren't old.
Facts. Factuals, man. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. But definitely great show. Let's end it with some quick hitters in terms of the news front. Knicks rookies had their photo shoot yesterday. Young RJ and Iggy, the Canadian connection, were out there. Zion was there, too. You see Zion and RJ partnering up all the time. That's a nice early recruiting tactic by RJ. We like that.
Yes,
we like that. We don't know if RJ's signing with Puma or Nike. He came in there with some Puma shoes, but with Nike socks. So I don't know. RJ's kind of confusing the flow right here, JL. So I don't know what's happening, man.
I mean, the Nike was to match the jersey, CP.
The Nike socks? I thought that was like a faux pas in terms of the sponsors. He must not have signed yet if he was able to do that, because once you sign, it's like that's completely against the rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was that. We had shout out to Mitch. Mitch bought his mom's a car, man.
Word.
Shout out to Mitch. My guy Mitch Bought his mom a car. It was I think it was a Chevy Impala over the weekend. So good for Mitch, man. That was a nice gesture to do for his mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. I heard people were clowning the car that it was a Chevy or something. Listen, man, I think Mitch did the right thing. You know, the lifespan of an athlete is very short, JL. So you got to be very smart with your money, man. You can't, you know, it's not about, you know, the flash. The car's brand new. The car will run and it'll take care of business, whatever business needs to be handled. I think that's a great move by Mitch.
Yeah, that's a fact. And also, like, Mitch is like a millionaire, but he's not like a multi-millionaire,
right?
Man.
You gotta be careful, man.
After taxes, that first year he's back to 1,000.
Yeah, bro. Entertainment taxes, JL. That's a different type of tax. You got to pay taxes in every state that you play. You got to make sure that you have the proper team that can handle those taxes and make sure that your money's getting paid and not siphoned off. So now you got to be responsible, man. That's an excellent move by Mitch.
Yeah, so it's a good way to get his mom something nice, something she wants, needs, and still keep your pockets flexible so you don't get yourself in the hole trying to help mom out. Right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What else we got here? Lamar Peters, Jay Ellis, was signed to a training camp invite, non-guaranteed. Lamar Peters out of Mississippi State averaged, what do you average at Mississippi State? 10 points, 4 dimes on 38% shooting, 34% from 3, 2 rebounds. The 6-foot guard out of Mississippi State. Listen, when I saw him at Summer League, he, didn't impress too much. I think defensively he was pretty solid. Offensively, he's very turnover prone. But again, that was limited minutes in Summer League. Is really nothing to, get up and down about. We'll see if they can stash him at Westchester and he has ability to prove himself. We'll see. But Lamar Peters gets that training camp invite. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what people might like about him is his passing ability. Like he can make some nice passes in traffic a little bit, but he didn't have that much of a summer league impact. But Knicks see something in him. So
exactly.
See what happens. He might be a nice little G League.
Nice little G League stint. Nice little G League stint. So with that being said, JLs, let's get out of here, man. Good show, man. Good to be back on.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. Apple fanboy, what's going on? All right, JLs, go ahead and sign out, bro.
Oh, you got a poll too. What team are you looking forward to seeing on space?
That's right.
Yep. Nets, Dallas, or Pelicans. You hit that little X.
Yeah.
At the right corner.
Vote in the fan poll before you guys leave. It's in the top right-hand side of your corner. You'll see the eye icon. Vote in tonight's fan poll. Let us know what you guys think about the schedule and the game that you're most looking forward to seeing. All right, Jay, let's go ahead and sign out, bro.
All right, man. So as you know, if you enjoy our show, you better subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and follow your boy. I have my own show with my friends called The Nick Time Show. We usually drop every Tuesday on SoundCloud and Wednesdays on YouTube. But we are on vacation until further notice. Probably we'll be back around October. So if you want to hit us up, you can just links in the bio to head to our SoundCloud, or you can just wait, subscribe to the channel, and you get that notification when our new shows hit on YouTube. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description. And you can see where we are right there in that little graphic up there. The KOT Show on Twitter, the Nigga Time Show on Instagram. Holla at your boy. Back to you, CP.
Yes, sir. Great show, Jay Ellis, as usual. And salute to everybody that joined us tonight on this Monday Night Tilt. As you guys see, man, the content is slowly coming back. We had a nice summer off. We had a nice break. But things are starting to come back. We had the schedule come out. Preseason should be upon us. You got training camp, media day first. Preseason. And then back into the swing of things, October 23rd in San Antonio. This is the channel to keep it locked to for every post game. We're live after every game, whether it's a preseason, season, hopefully postseason, giving you our reactions and getting yours as well. This show is also available in audio format, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. KnicksFanTV merch. Get your merch down below, as you can click right there through the YouTube screen and get your Mitch Please t-shirts. Shout out to Shells. I got the Mitch Robinson Authentic in the background. We updating the set here. And what else, man? Opening night. Get your opening night deposits in once again.
Yep.
We know the date now, and that is going to be October 26th. October 26th, the opening night game. Make sure you guys get your deposits in. We are now accepting the deposits. The link is in the video description, so make sure you pick that up. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me an email, and we'll get back to you guys, man. So once again, shout out to everybody that joined us. JL, so you want to shout out in your chats, man?
Oh man, shout out to everybody else. Shout out to Craig Williams, man, the moderator, man, always holding it down and always support the KOT. Shout out to Park from Smart. Shout out to Will from LI, always consistent, always holding it down.
Peace, Will.
And shout out to Puerto Rico, Gladio PR. Shout out to Ed Santana. And yeah, man, everybody for watching, man. Thanks for everybody watching.
Yeah, man. All maxed out. I see you. TM, appreciate you for coming through. KnicksFanTV, Dave. Edwin Hunter, always appreciated. John Talento, always checking in early. Shout out to John. Simma Singh out in Arlington, appreciate it. Looks like he may be going down to the Wizards game. Frank White Robinson, appreciate it, man. See you at the next one. Antoine McNeil, thanks again. Mike Asperis, Looney Waves, Apple Fanboy, the Shells Heavy. Henry, appreciate it. Yeah, man, like I said, man, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And like I said, as we continue to ramp up in the preseason, man, we got some real dope content for you guys. So we'll catch up with you guys on the next one. Peace.